We are high-performance machines designed for a single purpose: motion. You are a biological marvel engineered to traverse continents and survive in the harshest environments on Earth. But this machine comes with a strict requirement. The internal repair systems only engage when you are in motion. If you stop moving, the biological warranty expires. The moment you sit down, a timer starts. Researchers call it the sedentary cascade. Within a surprisingly short amount of time, the electrical activity in your legs goes silent. Because leg muscles aren't contracting, production of lipoprotein lipase drops by 90%. This enzyme is your vacuum cleaner for blood fat. Without it, blood turns into a viscous sludge, signaling your biochemistry to store everything as fat and plaque. You likely feel a heavy resistance before you even put on your shoes. Your body feels weighted, and your brain whispers excuses to stay put. This is the energy conservation instinct. For most of human history, calories were scarce and starvation was a constant threat. Your ancient brain is wired to hoard fuel by demanding you stay still whenever possible. That friction you feel isn't a lack of character. It is a survival mechanism that is no longer serving you. Overriding that evolutionary programming requires you to ignore the instinct to hoard energy and take that first step. In the first few minutes, you activate a mechanical pump. Unlike your blood, your lymphatic fluid, the carrier for your immune system, has no heart to move it. It relies entirely on muscle contraction. The rhythmic motion of your calves acts as a second heart, pushing lymph fluid up against gravity to circulate your immune cells throughout the body. This movement also preserves your joints. Your cartilage has no internal blood supply. It stays healthy by acting like a sponge that absorbs nutrients from the surrounding fluid. The only way to squeeze out waste products and pull in fresh, nutrient-rich fluid is through the physical pressure of walking. If you sit to save your knees, you are actually starving them. By the 10-minute mark, your body initiates a biological ignition sequence. Your heart rate enters a steady, rhythmic drumbeat, signaling the circulatory system to dilate and prepare for a higher volume of flow. This triggers the sugar flush. After a meal, your bloodstream is often jammed with glucose traffic. While the body normally uses insulin to force cells to absorb this sugar, rhythmic walking provides an alternative. The contraction of your muscles directly triggers the GLUT4 receptors on your cell surfaces, causing them to pull sugar from the bloodstream for immediate fuel. This process clears the metabolic gridlock instantly. Walking isn't just about the calories you burn. It is a system for actively processing metabolic waste and keeping your vascular highways clear. As your walk continues and your heart rate settles into zone 2, the blood rushing through your arteries creates physical friction against the vessel walls. This friction is a biological signal that tells the lining of your arteries to release nitric oxide. Nitric oxide causes your arteries to expand and relax. This wider path naturally drops your blood pressure and strengthens the heart without the recovery time required by high-intensity exercise. Beyond the physical benefits, your brain begins to respond to optic flow. As you move forward, your eyes register objects, trees, buildings, or other people, streaming past your peripheral vision. In our evolutionary past, being paralyzed by stress meant you were cornered or trapped. Optic flow proves to your primitive brain that you are actively traversing through an environment. This progress signals to the amygdala that you aren't frozen in the face of a threat, which effectively lowers your cortisol levels and silences the physiological alarm system for anxiety. Crossing the 20-minute mark transforms the walk from a physical cleanup into a hormonal reset. The mental fog caused by chronic low-grade stress begins to lift as your biochemistry confirms you are no longer in danger. At the 30-minute threshold, the brain triggers the production of a protein called BDNF. This is a growth factor that serves as the primary catalyst for mental maintenance and repair. BDNF facilitates neurogenesis, the birth of brand new brain cells in the hippocampus. This is the part of your brain responsible for memory, learning, and emotion. By walking daily, you are physically increasing the volume of your brain's memory center, creating a buffer against the decline usually associated with aging. You also enter a state called transient hypofrontality. This is when the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that overthinks and judges, temporarily quiets down. This allows different areas of the brain to communicate freely, helping you connect ideas that seemed unrelated while you were sitting still. This state of cognitive flow is precisely why Steve Jobs insisted on walking meetings to solve his most difficult design and business problems. It is also why Charles Darwin built a dedicated thinking path at his home. He knew that the rhythmic motion of his feet was the most efficient way to process complex evolutionary data. We often think we must be stationary to focus, but the biology suggests the opposite. To truly sharpen the mind, you must move the body. The macro impact of this habit reaches into your DNA. Your chromosomes are protected by caps called telomeres. In a sedentary lifestyle, the resulting oxidative stress causes these caps to fray and shorten, which is a primary marker of cellular aging. Consistent, moderate movement has been shown to slow this fraying process. By making walking a daily requirement, you are effectively delaying the cellular aging process and buying more functional time. This correlation between movement and longevity is visible in the world's blue zones. In regions like Okinawa, Japan, reaching the age of 100 is common, but they don't achieve it through extreme physical workouts. In Sardinia, Italy, movement is simply woven into the fabric of life. These populations don't exercise, they walk to the market, to their neighbors, and through their gardens. Their longevity is a result of low-intensity, daily consistency. Their lives demonstrate that health isn't something you achieve through bursts of intensity. It is maintained by the relentless practice of placing one foot in front of the other. There is an ancient Latin phrase, solvitur ambulando. It means it is solved by walking. It reflects the idea that problems, whether they are physical, mental, or philosophical, tend to untangle themselves once the body is in motion. This is a compounding biological effect. A single walk won't change your reflection tonight, but 365 daily walks will result in a completely different internal reality, a more resilient heart, a sharper brain, and a body that can actually repair itself. Don't wait for motivation, which is just a feeling. Rely on discipline, which is a practice. We evolve to explore new horizons and traverse great distances. When you stop moving, you are fighting your own design. Reclaim your biology. Stop overthinking the route or the timing. Just open the door, step outside, and start moving.